Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hey everyone, difficult 24 hours. Did you know only 89 competitors have ever gone on to finish the Vendée Globe? And of course we saw last night, Charal and Ocitane both having problems. It looks like Charal is now heading back to the Sable d'Olonne with a damaged rudder, and Ocitane, after they got through the front, seemed to have a problem with one of their head sails and a hook, and looked like initially they were going to be heading to La Coruña to make repairs, but decided now to stay out there and make the repairs at sea. So let's move straight on and have a quick look at the race tracker, and let's see what's been happening over the last 24 hours. You can see where we left off. The boats were just trying to find their way through or either side of the TSS, the separation scene there, and the foiling boats were already, most of them, deciding to punch out to the west. A few of the non-foilers had gone down the inside of that TSS. So let's just watch the tracker as it runs through. So here we go. You can see up in the north there we've got Linked Out and Ocitane, and they've punched out west. In fact, most of the foiling boats have punched out west, and sort of by late evening, early hours of the morning, they're in the thick of the front here. I'll just stop it there. You can see most of the foilers there, some of them experiencing 35, 40 knots in the gusts, very confused sea state, up to sort of 4 or 5 meter waves. Most of the non-foilers opting to obviously cross a little bit further south, and conditions were probably a little bit kinder for them. But of course, they're going to run into that front a little bit later on. So if we just watch it right the way through, you see there, that's when literally Ocitane gets through the other side of that front. She suddenly runs off north, and I think that's when she dropped her sail. The next one through is Linked Out. And of course, once through the front, they're into that lovely northeasterly airstream around the high pressure ridge. They can put their bows down and really start to motor. And that's what we see. LinkedIn really starts to, doing speeds of 18 to 20 knots in those conditions. Most of the group foilers got through the front unscathed and making really good pace downwind. In the lower section there, you've got the non-foilers still stuck in the front, but they've done incredibly well to have got across that front in contention, and the whole fleet at this moment in time are really close, both foilers and non-foilers, which is something we said right at the start of this show, is that this weather forecast was a good opportunity for the non-foilers to just at least stay in contact for this first period of the race. So let's have a quick look at the routing for the next 24 hours. And I've got a little video here so you can see it's just running through, just starting. We're going around the high pressure. I've got my little cursor. Little small depression to go around here, so it's just popping around the west side of that. And then, of course, Storm Theta, which is coming up here. And if I just stop it there, you can see the routing is actually taking us pretty much right bang through the middle of Storm Theta. And its track is to the east. I don't suspect most of the boats will go that close because it does pack a punch, but they'll certainly want to get round the western side. If we have a quick look at the track of Theta, so over the next few days she is heading towards Madeira. So those boats that have gone down the Portuguese coast, they're going to still encounter some strong winds and also some confused seas, and it'll probably really mess up the conditions in shore there. So not a favourable place, much more favourable to be around the west side. Okay, so let's have a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Just need to turn off that one. And again, you can see the general situation here. We've got this expansive ridge of high pressure, which the fleet are now coming down. This little depression here, which they should be able to get round to the west of, and then hurricane Storm Theta, which may well be hurricane strength in some places, but I don't think they call it a hurricane at this latitude, moving across. So let's just scroll across for the next 24 hours and you'll see what happens as it moves across. Not moving particularly quickly, and so the boats are going to have to line themselves up to get on that west side. But interestingly, as we move across to Friday and a little bit further on, you can see what's happening now as the high pressure, Azores High, which is quite far south at the moment, starting to fill in. And what we should see once this depression has gone through is sort of normal trade winds starting to resume for the Vendée fleet. Of course, at this moment in time, they're out a long way west. So lining up for the doldrums is going to be interesting in the next phase of the race. Okay, so we'll finish up with a quick look at virtual regatta, and largely because I just want to check my position in the fleet and make sure I'm not ready for attack yet. So here we are. If I scroll out a little bit, you can see we're all scooting around this high pressure. Up here we've got Linked Out and Boss up here. The pink line and the blue line in the picture there, that's Francois Gabard and Loic Beron. So not just content with winning the Vendée Globe, Francois looks like he's trying to win the virtual race as well. In the next sort of few hours, I think we're all going to jibe over back onto port and try and line ourselves up for this first little depression. So thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed that. See you again tomorrow. Cheers.